Good afternoon to you all, and a special good afternoon to Mr. Joof, and our sincere condolence to you for the passing of your beloved wife. She's been very, very much productive in the media sector, and I think our society is built on information, and the late Fatu was very vital in that field. So before we get to anything, I think we all do a collective special prayer for her soul to remain in perfect internal peace. Can we pray? Continue resting in peace. We're going to do this very short because the Honorable Chairman is having a very tight schedule. My name is Lamin Singate, the Public Relations Officer and Clerk of Brikama Area Council. And once again, I want to say welcome to Brikama Area Council. And I understand you made this request to meet with the Honorable Chairman. And here we are today. The platform is accorded.
Thank you very much, Mr. Singate. Good afternoon, Chairman Darboe, and the rest of the Brikama Area Council team. I requested this meeting as my late wife, Fatou Samba, passed away on May 21st. And since then, I set up or constituted a new team to take over the realm of leadership of the Gambian Talents TV and Multimedia Training Institute for Youth Employability, which Fatou was overseeing. The different councils across the country and political parties have been very key partners of Gambian Talents, and it is to this effect that we are trying to reestablish the partnership and the relationship. The past few days have been very busy for us. Just yesterday we were at 𝐂𝐑𝐀𝐈𝐑𝐌 Avenue at the UDP party secretariat to meet with party leader. We met with the other mayors of Banjul and KMC, and we are here today meeting you. We appreciate you granting us this audience with a short notice, and of course we apologize for coming a little late for reasons beyond our control. The purpose of the visit is a couple of things. One, to ask you and your team to forgive Fatou because she was a partner that worked with everybody in this country, and you might have crossed paths with her. Her sudden demise caught all of us by shock, and to that effect, I'm asking you to forgive her. Secondly, to introduce you to the new team. Gambian Talents is a two-in-one institution, has been a two-in-one institution over the past, 15 to 20 years. We serve as an online public broadcasting network that disseminate information and inform the Gambian public. And that is what we are widely known for, with over 500,000 followers across the world, Gambians and friends of the Gambia, and we continue to provide that information, covering things across all spectrums and walks of life. The second and very important part of what we do that has not received a lot of attention is the multimedia training that we are providing for young people of this country to gather skills. And this has to do with we prioritize the underprivileged young Gambians, backward returnees, school dropouts, students of madrasas, and people that do not typically have the opportunity to get into the tertiary institutions, colleges, and universities. Yesterday, this time, we were at the National Accreditation, Quality Assurance and Accreditation Authority, NACA, to receive a permanent license as a training college, which enable us to provide this training. For the past 8 years, I'm happy to inform you that we have trained over 600 young Gambians in multimedia-related skills. You might be familiar with 360, Yusufa. He was trained by us. The current communication officer at the Kanifing Municipal Council, Aissatou Diallo, was trained by us. Even Office of the President have young people we are trained. And I'm happy to inform you that even here at the Brikama Area Council, one of your students graduated from us, what's her name again? Aissatou Sonko. Sonkowa was sponsored by Brikama Area Council to attend our training. She graduated, and last week I was happy when she came and said, okay, I did my first level here certificate, and I want to continue with my second level to here with you all, which we are very privileged about. So directly or indirectly, I know you have a lot on your plate. You may not even know or aware, but Brikama Area Council actually sponsored one of the residents of Brikama. So one of the things we are trying to do is, especially now that our certificate is recognized, before it was an in-company training where the certificate could be accepted, but now it can be more acceptable locally and of course internationally, since the fact that we have now been accredited. So we want to continue on that partnership. We know crime rate is high in the country, and we want to get the youth off the streets. All these people you are seeing here, Fatou was the only person at Gambian Talent for the most part that I employed from the get-go. Every one of them came to attend training with us, and they rose through the ranks. Musa Jata is the interim country coordinator that is taking over Fatou's position, and just like all of them, he started by attending our training. We hired him as a staff, a supervisor, the technical director, deputy country coordinator, and now he's the one in charge. Ibrahim Asanyang, that's there with the camera, is the operations manager. Just like Musa, the same thing, Ibrahim went through the same training. Yaya Bayo here is our was Fatou's assistant and finance officer. He goes everywhere with Fatou and was responsible for even the program, in making sure that those students, receive the type of support that they need. Aissatou Koli here and 𝐂𝐿𝐷𝐌𝐀𝐈𝐋, the senior journalist there, together with Modou Joof, that oversee this. They all came as trainees, and they are now the senior reporters that are responsible for the major programs that Fatou was doing and training the younger generation. And Ramotla is also responsible for our marketing department. And you have Mambin Tanjai there and Adam behind the camera that are actually our technical directors that took over the position that Musa has occupied for several years. These are all young people would have been on the streets, that would have been engaging in unfortunate behaviors, attitudes, and things that we don't want. Brikama is a major region in this country, and we want to continue that partnership. Yes, you've sponsored one person. We are asking council to work with us to provide sponsorships and scholarships for, the young people of your region of back, to attend this, especially those interested in multimedia. Our training program works because it's 75% practical and 25% theory. I just mentioned a few names, but every major institution in this country actually have products of our that are byproducts of our organization, from the QTVs, iAfrica, GRTS, even the state broadcaster. They all have their journalists, camera people, and technical operators that were trained by us, and this is something. So we train the youth that end up being self-employed, work at other institutions, or we retain these amazing talents that are here with us today. Our project is working. It's a practical, program that is creating big impact, and we want to partner with your institution here to make sure that students or young people from your region are actually trained. We make it very reasonable for people that have scholarships, but even those who don't, we give them the opportunity. When we started it, we used to accept up to 45 people to 50 people every 6 months, but now we have limited it to only 10 because of lack of capacity. So with partnerships with institutions like yours, we would be able to actually expand on this. With all the other meetings, I normally give an opportunity for them to say a few things, but we understand you are busy. We'll bypass that, but would have loved to have any of them to just share their story, to tell you what they have been through and the impact of the training on them. But we are very privileged and humbled by the partnership we have with your institution sponsoring one person, and we would like to see more of those coming. Yes, I am here. Anything that we talk about, of course, could be followed up in writing, and I mean with other conversations here and there. Numbers and email addresses and everything still remain the same. That is managed by Musa, and we can exchange contacts again just to refresh it, so that if the council has any type of coverages, you can bring it to us. I mean, educating the community, talking to them for whatever it is that you have in terms of the media. We are happy and would be happy to partner with you, including hosting a show at our, I mean, TV program on our station and all of that. So we are open to any type of partnership. If you also have other ideas and suggestions, you can bring it forward to us. But in Kumoti, but in Daniela specifically, ye Hakobendi, ye Yamfafatu, inshallah, because we were all partners that did things together, that worked together. So, what am
Gambia Talent TV for coming to BAC today. And firstly, let me seize the opportunity and then pay my condolence to you and everyone else that works with Fatu before. As the PRO stated earlier, we pray for her, and then we pray for her soul to rest in perfect peace. And may Allah, the Almighty Lord, grant her Jannatul Firdaus. You know, we've had interactions with her, just like I believe everyone else in the country, because she had that energy and that interest, concern about exposing every institution so that people are able to see whatever that institution is doing. And then everyone else. She covered our campaign in 2023. She contacted us several times to do this 𝐂𝐇𝐀 program. And I think at some point we ran away from her. You know, we had good fun memories of our interactions with her. So based on that, I don't think we have much to forgive her. But if there's anything that we or she's owing us, we've forgiven her wholeheartedly. And then we can only pray for her. I think her untimely demise had been a shock to the whole nation, simply because of the impact that she had made in our lives within a short period in the media. She had a lot of energy, and then unfortunately, Musa, you have a big footprint to fill. Because Fatu was, I would say, she's the one in a million type of person in media, because of the interest that she has to make sure that, because we tend to say media is to educate, entertain, and inform, and she wants to do that on I would say, by every minute. She wants people to know what is happening at the other end. She has that curiosity to ensure that her followers get to see what others are doing that which they are not aware of. And it's always very important to her that whatever we are doing, that people get to know that. And she sometimes calls us to tell us that maybe you're doing something that people are not aware of. Or even when you travel, you come and meet her at the airport, she wants you to tell people where you've been and what you've been doing for the interest of people that you represent. I think for that, we are, as a nation, we are indebted to her in gratitude for that service. No matter how short we had with her, that impact would always be there. And I believe that other people will be inspired, and that energy, that interest, that curiosity would still be imbued in everyone that is inheriting or that is taking over from her at Gambia Talent TV, so that we know people that are coming in. There were times that people will go sneak out of this country and come back in, we wouldn't know. But it's because of Fatu that we get to see that SFI is back in the country and some of the things he had to share with us when he returned. So those are some of memories that everyone who had been following Gambia Talent TV and had been following Gambian media would always recollect. And it's thanks to her infatigable energy to make sure that we all get to see those things. So the second part, which is the introduction of the new team. So it's good to get to see you, and hopefully you will always remind us of the fond memories we have of Fatu. And then we'll always be able to work together. And Singate here is the PRO, is the right person. So now that he's got your contact and seen you physically, you'll be able to also contact you or have you in mind whenever we are having events. As you can imagine, we always have events. Even today, the reason why I turned up a little bit late is that I also had to dash to go into the field because we're in the rainy season, and currently we are having hectic period in trying to do the last minute preparation for the rain season before they actually start coming in heavy. And if we're not prepared, then it takes us by surprise. And this is our third rainy season. We don't want to have any more excuses. We want to be able to say that we are now at least a bit on top of things, so that people don't have that much experience, that terrible experience that they've been having whenever they visit the Brikama Central Market. So that is one place which we've been very busy trying to see how we mitigate the flooding situation that we tend to have each year in and out. So this year we want to reduce it by a certain percentage, and that means I cannot just be in the office and directing or delegating people to do it. I have to be on the ground myself to make sure that the way I want it done, it is done in that way. And if anything goes wrong, I can blame myself and not sit here and try to scream over computers and blaming people. But when you're there, you make sure it is done the way you want it to be done, and that tends to help a lot. So the multimedia training part, this is something new to me personally. I didn't know that we are sponsoring a student, and we tend to sponsor a lot of students. I think we are one institution that is doing a lot in that, because that is something which we've been commended by even the UTG. It got to a point that most institutions now, whenever you are sponsored by BAC, they wouldn't give our students, as long as the assurance is given, they don't disturb our students that much, because they know how much we are committed in supporting the underprivileged in gaining access to education and then building up that future for them as well. So now that we know about this, and the fact that congratulations on the NACA accreditation as well, definitely we will work with you, and we will try to expand that support that we provide to the students. But what we normally say is, because we normally want you to inform the students to become aware that we do provide these scholarship funds, so that they do the applications themselves through the council, through councillors, wherever they live. If they know they are councillors, they can apply through that, or they can apply directly to the office of the chairman. But the competition there is very, very high. So it's usually the chances are very high if you go through your councillor. And normally the scholarships opens in February, and it would close in March. And by April, May, we are trying to pay the institutions. This is how we normally operate. So sometimes universities and institutions, the academic year would start in September, but we are not able to come in September, October, because our budgeting starts in January. So we would budget it like for next year. Like this year, we budgeted 8 million. And due to the demand, next year, based on the revenue stream that we are also able to amass, we can say that next year we might increase it to, say, 12 million. So when you say we are going to give 12 million for next year, it wouldn't be able to start in September or October, but it would start in January. So February, we would expect applications, and then March, the applications will close. And in April, the the awardings will happen. So those that are fortunate enough will get their award letter, and then the institutions will normally be notified, and they will be this will be written to them. They will be written to, and then the payments are usually done within the period that is given to them. So we will try to pay the institutions well before the December deadline, but we try to make the payment as early as possible, because some institutions would really contact us because of the financial challenges that they also have, and would want us to intervene as early as possible in order to be able to address those for them. So we try to intervene, or we try to deal with those on priority basis. So I think that is the main thing. And then we are very, very delighted to have you at BAC. You're always welcome here. And then if you want interviews at any point, you just make a formal request, and we try to see how best we fit it in. And then we give you the internet interview, and then we provide that. We also try to have advertisements sometimes. So when we do have those things, we will also liaise with you, so we can have those advertisements run through the Gambia Talent TV. This would normally be about revenue, tax collections, so that we see how best we encourage people to comply in paying their taxes, and to pay them in time as well, because it helps us to meet our financial commitments, which include supporting students. That is our welfare benefit, because we have two components of our welfare benefit. That is educational support and health support. So we try to help people when they have health issues and they're in dire need of assistance. We would try to intervene in those. And then we also have other ones, such as the ward development funds that we try to provide to our wards, so that each ward is able to address some of their priority development needs within their communities. We also try to do that a lot. But we are very happy to have you. We would have loved to be here with Fatu, and then it would have been a different atmosphere altogether. But we hopefully will never forget her. We'll always try to remember her. And then I think the Gambia Talent TV is sort of like, would always act as a reminder of how much of a talent that she was, and how much she put in to make sure that this TV comes to the reality that it is today. It is what she would have loved, and I am very happy. And we commend the husband, for keeping her legacy going, because otherwise, if you also had given up, it would be very difficult for people to remember her, or to recollect the fond memories that we have. Peace her soul as well, because that's what she would have loved to see. She put in so much effort in Gambia Talent TV, and she really wants Gambia Talent TV to continue to become a household TV name. Household TV name, and then big station and everything else. And if we can, whatever role we can play as an institution in making that a reality, we will definitely do. So we are very happy to welcome you here. And then we say we keep pushing together for a better Gambia. And we commend Gambia Talent TV for also coming up with the initiative to provide this multimedia training to a lot of people. It is indeed highly commendable, because they are one of the only medias that is offering that. And that is something which we have to commend them for, because so many people, as he rightly said today, are having a career or able to provide or meet their daily sustenance because of that invaluable training that was provided to them. We commend them for it. We encourage them to keep pushing on it. And we will do our part in terms of increasing the sponsorship to more people, and then to see that continuing. As he rightly also pointed, West Coast is the biggest region. We have the largest population in the country, and that means we also have more people with such challenges. And the more we intervene, the more we are also playing our quota in that. So we thank you very much.